the first thing they don't tell you is that $250,000 or that $300,000 salary or that $50,000, that $75,000 signing bonus. At the end of the day, that's the same thing we talked about earlier. Those are golden handcuffs, right? You start making that money, and all of a sudden, you're going to continue to show up and continue to work there because your lifestyle is increasing. So, that's thing number one. Thing number two, and this is not a secret, but they don't talk to you about it in the interviews, is you're at a big firm, at a Jones Day, at a Latham, whatever. You're expected to bill about 2,000 hours a year. If you do the math on that, that's about 3,000 hours when you account for non-billable time. If you do the math on that, you are working at least 8.2 hours a day if you work 365 days a year. So that $300,000 salary they're paying you, that's a whole lot of money. But guess what? They're making way more than that on you, billing you out. The third thing is firms of that size particularly are built to appease the partners, not the associates. They paid their dues, and they're going to expect you to pay yours. The fourth is you are years away at most big firms from courtroom work. I mean, you're going to be summarizing depositions. You're going to be doing document assimilation or discovery assimilation. You're not going to be challenging a witness on cross-examination. And the last is it is difficult from a mental health standpoint. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of isolated environments. It's not an easy job. All of that having been said, that's some of the best education you can get, some of the best experience you can get is working at those big firms. Do they work your ass off? You're damn right they do. Do you get a financial benefit? You're damn right you do. Do you get an educational benefit in terms of the quality of people, the quality of lawyers, and the quality of your learning? You're damn right you do.
Dan, I got a lot of questions actually about BigLaw. Oh, can you explain to me, and these might be really dumb questions, but when does a firm get considered a BigLaw firm? Is it an establishment that's sustained over the course of time? Are there new firms that are BigLaw firms? Like, what does that even look like?
BigLaw is a generic phrase. It's kind of a catch-all phrase, but I mean, there's rankings for all this, and all kinds of different entities rank who the top 100 firms, like the AmLaw, the American Lawyer. They have AmLaw 200. They have AmLaw 100. They have AmLaw 50. They have AmLaw 20. They have AmLaw 10. Most of the time, it considers a number of different factors, but the obvious one is income per partner. So that's it. All boils down to money, and that's a big factor. So it's not only size, but it's pay for partner.
Is there a safe rule or any advice you would give to a lawyer who is working BigLaw, who maybe wants to open his own practice? Like, is there a good time to do it? Is there a sort of an age, experience?
That's a good question. I think most, and again, it's going to be firm specific, but a lot of BigLaw, you're not even eligible for partnership until you're 8 or 10 years there. I mean, I could not wait a decade to be a partner anywhere. It's just not in my nature. I'm an impatient human. But the answer to your question is, I think most of the time people make that decision right on the cusp of becoming a partner or shortly after, because it takes most lawyers 8 or 10 years to kind of figure out the game, Tommy, and try to figure out if they can make it on their own and develop enough client contacts and enough relationships and look around to see if they have a partner that wants to go with them. And, you've seen some like AZA. It's a great boutique firm here in town with really, really good litigators. All those guys were partners at a big firm, and they decided after 6, 8, 10 years, well, let's go out on our own. And they maximized their opportunity, and they've done really well. Arnold and Edkin, one of the premier plaintiffs firms in the country, they were young lawyers with a really, really good boutique firm here, and I think they were there 3 or 4 years before they decided to go out on their own. I mean, it's usually between 4 and 8 years before that decision is made.
So, in technology, in the technology company space, there's like the FANG companies like Facebook, Amazon, Alphabet, Netflix, and Google, right? And everybody really, when they're engineers, they want to work for FANG, right? And in consulting, there's the big four, PwC, Ernst and Young, Deloitte.
McKinsey.
I think it's KPMG. That's in the big four for consulting. McKinsey's a little bit more boutique, like bougie, high level. But is there a big four? Is there kind of that like upper echelon that's like familiar? Everybody would know type for law firms.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to vary city by city, but you know, whoever the big four is, or the big five, or the big 10, that's as much of the eye as you know, beauty is in the
Eye of the beholder.
The eye of the beholder as much as anything else. And there's different cultures, there's different levels of sophistication, there's different levels of you know, partnership expectations. But you know, big law more or less, and again, I'm not letting any secrets out here, but most big law operates on a 1/3 scale, meaning you're going to take home about 1/3 of the business that you generate. So if you generate $6 million worth of business, you're going to take home 2. If you generate, you know, 10 million, you're going to take home, you know, 3 1/3. If you generate 15, you're going to take home 5. It's usually a variant of 1/3, sometimes a little more, but sometimes a little less. But it's always in that country code, or always in that zip code. About 1/3 of what you bring in, you're going to take home.